Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for October 21st, 2022. On the evening of October 14th, fans unofficially gathered in front of Hogwarts Castle in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter to honor the passing of Robbie Coltrane, who portrayed Hagrid in all 8 of the Harry Potter films. Fans of the Harry Potter series raised their wands to the sky in front of the Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey at Universal's Islands of Adventure to honor the actor who passed away at age 72. Some even raised pink umbrella toys, which Hagrid used to conduct limited amounts of magic in the books and films. A similar gathering occurred in 2016 as well when Alan Rickman, who portrayed Severus Snape, passed away. The custom of raising wands originated in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince to honor the passing of Albus Dumbledore. The renowned Scottish actor was most famous for his roles as Hogwarts gamekeeper and later Professor Rubeus Hagrid in the 8 Harry Potter films, as well as Valentin Zukovsky in the James Bond films GoldenEye and The World Is Not Enough. Universal Orlando Resort team members also paid tribute to the late Robbie Coltrane at Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. They placed flowers near the Hagrid audio animatronic figure. Of course, Coltrane could also be seen portraying Hagrid in Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey as well. We also saw flowers outside of Hagrid's hut in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios Hollywood during our most recent trip there. A handful of marigolds were at the bottom of the hut steps, which are not accessible to guests. The Florida Department of Agriculture's quarterly MOU-exempt facilities report came out and shows 6 separate incidents that recently happened at the Universal Orlando Resort. According to the report, 1 incident was reported in August and September, while 4 were reported in July. On July 17, 2022, a 51-year-old male reported chest pains while riding Copico Y Winding River at Universal's Volcano Bay. The following day, a 50-year-old man said he was nauseous after experiencing Poseidon's Fury at Universal Islands of Adventure. You could write your own jokes at home for that one. Less than a week later, also at Islands of Adventure on July 24th, a 38-year-old female reported feeling pains in her neck after riding the Jurassic World Velocicoaster. Over in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Diagon Alley, after riding Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts, a 36-year-old woman reported abdominal pains. And at the end of August, a 67-year-old female said she had a headache after riding Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, a steel roller coaster at Universal Studios Florida. And on September 9th, a 28-year-old man fainted syncope on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. While Universal Studios Florida is still in the height of Halloween Horror Nights, Islands of Adventure has begun to deck the halls with holiday decor. Garland lines the canopy at the front of the entrance of the park. A large wreath with blue and gold ornaments hangs above the DePhotos Expedition Photography store. A few pieces of garland with the same color ornaments and stars wrap the tower and line the doorway. Inside, garlands with different style gold ornaments have been hung around the shop. The holiday decorations stop right before the candy shop. Port of entry has a few strands of garland around the outlines of shops and buildings, as well as around lampposts. Inside the Islands of Adventure Trading Company, holiday decor spreads throughout the entire shop, except for the Wizarding World section. A few wreaths were placed on windows as well, and small bronze Christmas trees line the top shelves. Large Christmas trees have been erected next to some merchandise stands, and the large ship's wheel now has a wreath over it. Garland with large gold, bronze, and copper baubles flow throughout the entirety of the shop. And over in Seuss Landing, it looks like the Who's have been decorating. The If I Ran the Zoo play area has a few pieces of garland with purple and green ornaments, and even a few reindeer have joined the festivities. We are speculating that this walkway is under refurbishment for the return of the Grinchmas Hula Day Spectacular, which begins on November 12th. The Grinch also joined the early celebrations by decorating the Mulberry Street store. Have you noticed this really cool shirt sitting on the chair over here? Well, this shirt, actually, there was a viral tweet made by someone this week that mentioned this shirt. It got over 46,000 likes, so we wanted to make sure everyone knew where to pick up this shirt. This is from us at carouselofproducts.com. It's only $20. All of our shirts are only $20, and it's our Disney in the Streets, Universal in the Sheets shirt, which I think perfectly encapsulates the situation if you're a fan of both. So make sure you go pick it up. It's a great way to support the show, too, and pick up some really cool merchandise. I'm going to hang this bag up now. Right on the chair. There we go. Beautiful. Last week, we reported that Nippon Television stated that human bones had been found outside of Universal Studios Japan in Osaka, but now it is reported that police have found a possible full human skeleton. Quote, "We found a possible entire skeleton and a pair of trousers attached with a men's belt in the same area," an officer said. Originally, according to Nippon Television, a crew member was trimming trees along the park's outer perimeter and discovered what appeared to be human remains in the shrubbery along the park's northwestern periphery at around 2:30 p.m. Japan Times stated that according to a police officer who spoke on the condition of anonymity, 10 police officers searched the area with 2 sniffer dogs and found the rest of the skeleton. After conducting a judicial autopsy on the human bone found in a planter near the Universal Studios Japan, police believe that the bones are of a man 5 feet in height and in his 60s or 70s. Police estimate that the unidentified man died about 2 years ago. Alongside the remains were a pair of black long pants, a men's belt, and a pair of socks. The report also states that there was no sign of fractures, additional force, or blunt trauma. At this time, the cause of death is unknown. And that has got to be the weirdest story in the history of any of our shows. It is so bizarre. But knowing Japan, the next story could be almost as weird. News outlets across Japan are reporting on a swirl of controversy across Instagram and Twitter regarding one group's Risque cosplay during Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Japan. The since deleted post, which sparked the debate, was originally posted by Instagram user Yuka Neon and archived by Twitter user Ninin Jen. Yahoo News reports that many on social media criticized the subjects of the photo, who claim outside of this brief shoot they were wearing hoodies and cardigans to cover up. The complaints were largely centered around the 2 women at the front of the photo. Some users called for the women to be banned from the park or at least removed immediately. Guests are permitted to wear costumes all day during Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Japan. It's the only Horror Nights where you can. And more risque costumes are not uncommon at the park, with maids being a particularly popular choice. But the park's official rules do make note of this, stating, quote, "Costumes that may offend public order and morals or violate laws regarding public decency, such as tattoos and excessive skin exposure deemed unfit for the park, are not allowed." Remember, it's a different country, folks. Universal Studios Japan and Shiragiyu Niba, which translates to Underwear Universal, were trending on Twitter Tuesday and Wednesday as a result. The PR department at Universal Studios Japan told Yahoo News, quote, "We do not allow guests to enter the park dressed in this manner. If the guests had changed clothes in the park, we would have stopped them from wearing this. It is truly regrettable that the name of the park has been spread in this way." The same week, you guys found a dead body. I don't know which one's worse. Who knows? Probably the dead body. The Themed Entertainment Association has released their 2021 index, which evaluates attendance at themed attractions across the world. The latest report indicates that Universal Studios Florida and Universal's Islands of Adventure may have possibly surpassed the three of the Walt Disney World theme parks in annual attendance. While the TEA index is widely referenced within the industry, it should be noted that neither Disney nor Universal release attendance numbers to any outside party. So these numbers are based on estimations and other methodologies. Internal sources at both Disney and Universal have indicated to WDWNT.com in the past that these numbers can be off by anywhere from a few thousand to millions of guests. So keep that in mind. We don't know that this is accurate, but the industry does recognize this, so we have to talk about it. For more information about how they arrived at this data, you can refer to the frequently asked questions at the end of the index. Taking first place was the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World with 12,691,000 estimated guests. Following that, though, is Universal's Islands of Adventure, which reached the second spot for the most visited theme park in the world, supposedly, surpassing every Disney park other than the Magic Kingdom. An estimated 9,077,000 visitors came to the park, which would have been an increase of 127% over last year. Next up would be Universal Studios Florida next door, coming in third place with an estimated visitor count of 8,987,000 guests, which is up 119% since last year. In fourth place was Disney's Hollywood Studios, estimated at 8,589,000. With over 4 million less visitors was Disneyland Park at Disneyland Resort, being the fifth most visited, but they did have an increase of 133% to 8.5 million. In terms of domestic parks, the next featured is Epcot with a total of 7.7 million visitors. The next highest, Animal Kingdom, with 7.1 million. And being second most visited in California was Universal Studios Hollywood, supposedly, with an increase of 324%, leading to 5,505,000 visitors. After that would be Disney California Adventure, with an increase in visitors of 159%, reaching 4.9 million guests, almost 5 million actually, as the third most attended park in California. You can read the ACOM Theme Park Index in full on our website. You can also support the entire team behind the show by joining the WDWNT Inner Globe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members who make this show happen each and every week. And a shout out to all of you who made last week's episode of News Today with Universal Parks News Today the most watched episode we've ever done. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. And if you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For UPNT, this is Tom Corliss saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
From WDWNT TV, this is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the stories in a quick, concise, and fun format, and then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we'll cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at WDWNT TV, or watch episodes on demand anytime. You can also subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.